So before we begin, I just wanted to check if I'm audible till the last rows. You guys can hear me? Is it fine? Okay. All right. So also students who are online also, if I'm audible, please put a yes. Okay. Before asking only, they have told yes. Okay, very good. Awesome. Fine. So tell me, yesterday, what was the concept we were learning? Data types. I think just if I should give you a 2-minute recap, what we basically learned is what is a data type, right? And what is a data type? In simple English, it is a converter. Now, what is it converting? Real world data into zeros and ones. Now, why should it convert? Because very simple, this data in our program must be stored inside the RAM. RAM is made out of bytes, further made out of bits, further made out of transistors, and hence it can only store zeros and ones. Yes? So that data type is nothing but a facility to convert real world data into zeros and ones, correct? Yesterday we started with integer type data, and we understood to store integers in Java, we have 4 data types. Can you tell me what are those? Byte, short, int and long. In terms of size, 1 byte, 2 bytes, 4 bytes, 8 bytes, correct? Then I also introduced you to a concept called as range of a data type. What do you mean by the range? Minimum value, maximum value. I also taught you how exactly that data is getting converted into binary. For positive numbers, it is base 2 format. For negative numbers, it's base 2 format with one extra step. What is that? 2's complement. I think this much is clear to all of you. Today, from where I stopped, I would be proceeding. Now, before we solve n number of interview questions which is asked in data types, first, those 8 fundamental data types, I just want to complete it, okay? So first of all, watch it. Now let us assume you want to store real numbers. Now when I say real numbers, what do you mean by real numbers? For example, CGPA, for example, height, for example, weight, for example, GDP of a nation. All these are nothing but real numbers. If you want to store real numbers, please try to understand. Before that, just give me a second. I think we have the wrong slide on. Yeah. Yes, please. Okay. Right. So here, as I was saying, in order to store real numbers, we have 2 options. Option number 1 is only called as float, and option number 2 is called as double. There are 2 data types. Now please understand, if you want to store float, then you should now tell float A like this. Into this you can be storing any value you want. Second option obviously is by double, but before I come to double, the size of float in Java is how many bytes? 4 bytes. Okay. Sir, what about double, sir? If you tell double type A, double the size is given to you. And can you tell me what is the double of 4? 8 bytes. I think it is clear. Now, obviously a student will get one question in their mind, which is, sir, what do you think will be the range here? See, here you can't use that n bits formula. It will not work. That will only work for integers. Am I clear? Now, there is no need for you to know what is the formula, that, this, etc. No need. Just have to remember the range. Because if it was important for you from the interview point of view, I would have taught you. Okay? The range is quite a large range actually, and you can clearly see it is an extremely huge range. Now, you may say, sir, you are saying huge. Some 3.4 you are showing. Wrong. What am I showing you? 3.4 e to the power 38. Yes or no? I think you would have observed sometimes in your calculator when you're calculating a value and the value becomes extremely large. How does your calculator represent it? E. So please try to understand it is in crores, lakhs of crores it is. I hope you're able to understand. Now double on the other end can store an even more larger value. And here if you can clearly see, it is 1.1 7 e to the power 308. So you can imagine such a large value. Literally any value imaginable that you want to store while programming, you can be storing it inside double. Range will never be an issue. Hope you understand. That way range will not even be an issue for float also. So the question now is, both have very large ranges. So sir, when should I choose float? When should I choose double? If that is your question, then please try to understand there is only one word which will answer that question perfectly. Okay sir, what is that word, you may ask? I am just writing this word here. That word, let me enlarge it for you. What is this word? Precision. What do you mean by precision, sir, you may ask? Very simple. Assume 3 students have the same CGPA, okay? Now, I will ask all 3 of them for their CGPA. When I ask all 3 of them for their CGPA, one fellow tells me, sir, my CGPA is 6.7. Another person tells me 6.72. Another person tells me 6.7203685048, like this. I will understand. All of them are telling correctly only. But if I ask you, which of them is answering more precisely? First one or last one? First one or last one? Last one. Because precision means the number of decimal places after the decimal point. Are you able to understand? The more decimal places you give me, the more precise your value. Otherwise, you are rounding off and you are telling me, but that is not precision. Are you able to understand? So the first one is least precise. The last one is more precise. Are you able to understand? So let us assume something is, for example, 63 rupees and 58 paise. You may say 63.5 or you may say 63.6. Both are not precise. If you tell me exactly 63.58, that is precision. Are you able to understand? So sometimes you will be working with real numbers where precision doesn't matter. Are you able to understand? For example, CGPA 6.7, more than enough. Okay, you want to tell me one more decimal place, 6.72. Maximum 3 decimal places, 6.723, you can tell me. Yes, it doesn't really make any much difference. But sometimes when you're doing some scientific calculations, yes, don't you think every single decimal place matters, because you can completely change your calculation itself. Are you able to understand? So try to understand, as a programmer, your decision between float and double, more than range, comes down to whether your value requires precision or not. Are you able to understand? For everyday values, height, weight, CGPA, etc., one can easily make use of float. Maximum 3-4 decimal places precision you want, use float. But you are now looking for 8 places, 10 places, 12 places. Then you should 100% go for double. That is why many people call float as single precision. Many people call double as double precision. Are you able to understand? So the decision between float and double ultimately comes down to precision. I hope you understood. Okay sir, great, we understood. Next what you meant? Next what means? Now something very interesting I want to show you. For that I should write some code. So I'll just go to my editor here. In my editor, observe this. All this I'll just keep it aside. Now watch. I'll just go here and I want to store one value, 45.5. 100% it is a real number. I will now take this value, assign it to A. Okay? Tell me what should be the type of A. 2 options you have. What should be the type? Either float or double, not byte, short, int, long, because they are integers, whole numbers. Whole numbers cannot have decimal part. Correct? Let us assume I will store it inside double. Now some of you will be like, sir, why double, sir? Why 8 bytes? You can easily store in 4 bytes. I agree, but I am storing it inside double. Now I will go here and tell system.out.println A. I'll just print it. Now observe something carefully. If I go here, compile this code, absolutely no issues. If I were to execute this code, I have got the output as 45.5. No problems. Yes? But based on your suggestion now, I would like to just go here and replace this double with float. Correct? Now observe, if I replace it with float and just compile, immediately I've got an error. And those who have been focusing in class, tell me, what does this error mean? Incompatible. Yesterday also you have seen this. What does it mean? What does incompatible mean? Right hand side value is larger than what can be stored inside left hand side. Yes or no? Now you will be shocked, because when I showed you the range, it was an exponential range, exponent e to the power 38. Yes? Here I am not even able to store 45.5. So what is happening here, if you ask me? Listen to me carefully. This you should never forget till the last day that you will be spending as a Java developer, because you will be using this every day. Listen to me. First of all, this 45.5. Try to understand. What is 45.5? It is nothing but a real number value. It is a real number value. But in computer science, we never use value. Value is always referred to as a literal. Have you understand? So in computer science, we never say value, we say literal. Integer, literal. Real number, literal. String, literal. Character, literal. You would have heard these words. Literal is just a high-five word of saying value. Am I clear? Okay, sir. Okay, sir, this is a real number, literal. So what? So what means, listen to me. In Java, any real number that you create in Java is always and always automatically treated by Java as a double value. It is automatically treated as double. Now you please logically think and answer. What is the size of double? 8 bytes. What is the size of double? 8 bytes. If double is 8 bytes, then think logically. Right hand side, the value that you have created is 8 bytes. That 8 bytes of value, you are giving it to A. Now tell me, what is the type of A? Float. What is the size of float? 4 bytes. 8 bytes, 4 bytes. Compatible or incompatible? Incompatible. That is what Java is saying. Understood? But last time you didn't get that error, because last time when I went here and I had made this float as double, then RHS is also double, LHS is also double. 8 bytes, compatible. Yes or no? Problem started when you made this as float. Now some of you will be like, sir, why is Java treating this as double, sir? Please ask it to treat it as float. That you should tell Java. Automatically it will not do. Am I clear? So basically, is there a way to make Java treat this as float, if you ask me? Yes, there are 2 ways. Option number 1, everybody should focus. Come here. Left hand side of the value, put parenthesis and tell Java, I know 45.5 is double. Please treat this as float. Am I clear? Now Java will treat it as float. What is the size of float? 4 bytes. 4 bytes, 4 bytes, compatible. Am I clear? Now if in case I just go here and compile this code, no issues, execute this code, it is storing 45.5. So the value was not the problem, type was the problem. Am I clear? But every time a programmer wants to store a real number inside float, imagine having to go and put all this bracket and all that. It's not convenient. So they gave you a convenient option. They told, boss, whenever you want to treat a real number as float, you do one thing, don't put all this bracket and all. Just come to the end of the value and attach something. Tell me, if you attach something at the end of the value, what is it called as? Suffix. What is it called as? Suffix. Sir, what should I attach, sir? F. Hope you understand. And you would have also seen this in some books, etc. Why do you attach F at the end of a real number in Java? So that Java treats it as float. No F means, what will Java treat it as? Double. Always and always remember this. Am I clear? And now clearly you can see, if I go here and if in case I were to just compile this program, execute this program, you have got the answer as 45.5. So from today onwards, whenever I will be coding, whenever I want to store a real number, I will be attaching one F to store it inside float. That time you should not ask me, why am I attaching that value? Am I clear till here? Okay, sir, this also we have understood. Next what? Next what means, now some of you will be thinking, how can I convert this 45.5 into zeros and ones? That could be a question. Because in integers I showed you, base 2. But this real number to binary conversion, again, nobody will ever ask you in the interview. Am I clear? And hence, I don't want to waste time teaching something which is not important from interview point of view. Yes or no? Those ACs are not on? No? Okay. 1 second. AC line on madilla correct again. Allal nodu hindu. Because when people were doing like this, I thought concept is very difficult, you know, mind is getting heated up. Okay, anyways. Okay. All right, great. Now, is this clear? Okay, so as I was saying, but those students who are interested in knowing how this conversion happens, please go to the LMS. In the LMS, under data types, I would have added one video where I will be showing you how this conversion takes place from real number to binary. Am I clear? Again, if from a knowledge point of view, you want to learn, you learn it. Interview point of view, nobody will ask. Clear? Okay. Okay, sir. Next what? Next what means, please understand, I have now finished successfully 2 types of data. I have finished integer type of data, I have finished real number type of data, and I have shown you 6 data types, 4 for integers, 2 for real numbers. Am I clear? However, this next one is very easy, but at the same time 99.9% of the students don't understand this concept, is why coding in strings becomes very difficult for them. Especially when coding questions are asked on arrays and strings, they can never solve, because this fundamental is not clear. Listen to me carefully. Now, next I want to show you how we can be storing characters. How we can be storing characters. Now, some of you will be like, sir, is 5 also character, sir? Yes. On your keyboard, don't you have 5? 100% it is a character. While typing email, do you not type numbers? 100% it is a character. Yes or no? Sir, is star equal to plus, minus and all characters, sir? Yes. Don't you have it on your keyboard? In other words, whether it is numbers, whether it is alphabets, whether it is special characters, all can be treated as characters. Do you understand? While typing a password, you have uppercase, lowercase, special character and digits. Yes or no? Okay. Now, how do you store characters is the question. Now, everybody should try to understand how these computer scientists created this concept. Think from their point of view. What they realized is, first of all, tell me friends, all of us use language, correct or not, on day-to-day basis. Why do we use language? What is the primary purpose of language? Communication, correct or not? Similarly, for 2 human beings to communicate with each other through the computer, or even communicate with the computer, you need characters. Yes or no? Or you need a language. So try to understand. Let us assume in this entire world, there was only one language. It's an assumption. Imagine entire world there was only one language. And that language which everybody spoke, 7 billion people spoke, was English. But not the English you and me know. Let us assume in this English, there are only 4 alphabets or characters. How much do we have in English? 26. Assume we have only 4. Let us assume these are those symbols or characters. You have A, B, C, D and E. 4 characters you have. Imagine every keyboard in this world had only 4 characters, A, B, C, D. Hope you will understand. Now, whether you have 4 or 400 is not the point. The point is, if I go to the keyboard and press A, unfortunately, my computer can't store A. My computer can't store B also, C also, D also. Can you tell me why my computer can't store any of this? Why? Because my computer can store only zeros and ones. That is the point. Hope you will understand. So what they told is, boss, computer can't store characters as it is. So what we will do is, whenever somebody presses A, let us assign one binary code for A. That code will get stored. Hope you understand. So what they did is, like this, for A they gave a code. What is the code? 00. So imagine, in keyboard you press A. A doesn't get stored. What gets stored? 00. Makes sense? B doesn't get stored. 01. C doesn't get stored. 10. D doesn't get stored. 11. I think it makes sense to all of you. Now computer can store characters. Correct? Okay. Let us assume this language characters double. Now how many? 8 characters. Now unfortunately the problem is, all my combinations are over. I can't give another unique combination. Yes? So what they did is, they realized, boss, if I have to give a unique combination to E, then I have only one choice. This code length, which right now is 2, I should increase it and make it as 3 by adding 1 0. If I keep adding 1 0 everywhere here like this, then the advantage is, now I have one more combination. Can you tell me what is the next combination? 1 0 0. Then I can say 1 0 1, 1 1 0, 1 1 1. I think you understood. If this is true, imagine again the number of characters doubled. From 8 it became 16. Now same problem, I can't store unique combination. Tell me what is the solution? I should now, yes, you are saying 4. What you are actually telling is, sir, as number of characters increase, you should increase the length of the code. You should increase the length. Can you tell me to how much should I increase it? 4 bits. Now I will. If I do this now, I will get 1 0 0, 1 0 0 1, 1 0 1 0, 1 0 1 1. Like that, if I go till the end, I will get 4 ones. So through this, I want 2 points to enter into every student's mind. Point number 1, computer cannot store characters directly. So for every character, the human being should associate a binary code. First point. Point number 2 is, as the number of characters increases, the length of the binary code also should increase. 2 points are clear? If these 2 points are clear, let me tell you, there is a mathematical relationship between number of characters and its code. There is a mathematical relationship. Understood? What is the relationship, sir? Very simple, watch it. What is the number of symbols? 4. What is the length of, how can you express 4 as power of 2? 2 raised to the power 2. What is there in the power 2? If you observe carefully, the code length is 2. There is a relationship. You may not agree with me, so I will show you one more example. Now what is the number of symbols? 8. As a power of 2, 2 raised to the power 3. What is there in the power? 3. Code length is 3. Makes sense? One last thing. If the number of symbols is 16, what is 16? 2 raised to the power 4. Just now I showed you, code length is 4. Now this is amazing, because think logically. If you just know how many characters are there, if I just tell you how many characters are there, within a second you can calculate what should be the length of the code. You don't even have to see the characters. Without seeing the characters only, you will know this is the length of the code, and one by one you can start assigning. Correct or not? Okay, sir. Why is all this important to us? Why this is important to us is, please understand, 2024, how the world is not how it was 10 years back, is not how it was 20 years back, is not how it was 40, 50 years back. Yes? If you don't know, today, most of you probably have learnt it in history classes, but that would have just been from an exam point of view. But if you actually look at how the world has shaped itself, today we live in a world where there are multiple superpowers. Nobody is anybody's boss. Yes? Today USA can't come and say, India, this is how you should be, and we will not follow. But the same thing, if it was 1970s, 1960s, whatever USA told was what the entire world followed. I hope you will understand. Why, sir? They were so scared of USA, sir. Yes, because if you don't listen to USA, nothing much will happen to you. Just 2 nuclear bombs will fall on your head. Nothing much will happen. I hope you will understand. Even today, in every history textbook, 2 names are mentioned. What are the 2 names? Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yes or no? Which is where the first nuclear bomb or atom bomb was tested. Correct? But today, if America launches 1 bomb, Russia will launch 5 bombs, China will launch 25 bombs. Yes or no? North Korea simply for fun will launch 10 bombs. So the point is, earlier nuclear power was in the hand of 1 or 2 countries and they ruled the world. Today nuclear power is in the hands of all countries. Yes or no? So now try to understand, long back when USA was the #1 nation in the world, yes, it had decided that, boss, for 2 human beings to communicate via computer or for a human being to communicate with the computer, maximum they require 128 characters or symbols. Not 1 more, not 1 less, 128. Now you may ask, sir, how did they arrive at this number? Very simple. Capital A to capital Z, how many characters is it? 26 characters. Yes or no? Similarly, please tell me, small a to small z is again how many characters? Again 1 more 26 characters. Please add them together, how much is it? 52. 0 to 9, how many characters? 10. Add it, 62. Yes? Then comma, space, single quote, double quote, question mark, asterisk, hyphen, underscore. You have seen so many characters. Like that, greater than, equal to, lesser than, so many characters are there. Like that, they combined all characters and they told how many symbols you require? 128 symbols. Yes or no? Now, please understand, if you have really been focusing on this lecture, without even looking at the symbols, you can tell me what must be the code length. You should be able to do it. How to do it? Simple. Take the number of symbols, express it as a power of 2. Tell me, what is it as a power of 2? 2 raised to the power 7. So see, like this, symbols are there. I will come to this. How much is it? 2 raised to the power 7. Which means the binary code for every symbol, what will its length be? 7-bit code. It is going to be a 7-bit code. Correct or not? So please understand, like this you have 128 symbols. First symbol, second symbol, third symbol, somewhere A is there, B is there, small a is there, 0 is there, greater than, lesser than, question mark, all symbols are there. When I say penultimate, penultimate means 1 but last. Ultimate means last. Penultimate means 1 but last. Am I clear? Now listen to me. Let this symbol be anything, doesn't matter. Can you predict and tell me what will be the binary code? How many zeros? 7 zeros. 7-bit code. Let the second symbol be anything. Can you tell me what will be the code? 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Next will be all zeros, 1, 0. Yes? Like that, if I keep going, can you tell me 1 but last symbol? What will be the thing? 6 ones followed by a single 0. If that is true, what will be the last symbol? Can you tell me? All 7s will be 1s. That's it. Now all you need to do is take this 128 symbols and 1 by 1 for every code assign 1 symbol. That's all. Yes or no? Now you may ask, sir, what are these 128 symbols? Can you show us? 100% I can. These are those symbols. Understood? Now you may be like, sir, what is this? Not able to understand. Watch. 0 to 127. Tell me, 0 to 127 is how much? 128 symbols. Okay. Maybe you have not seen null, SOH, STX, ETX. Ignore all that. 100% you have seen space, exclamation, double quote, hash, dollar, percentage. All these symbols everybody has actually seen. Everyone has seen 0 to 9. These symbols also you have seen. 100% capital A to capital Z also you have seen. This also you have seen. Small a to small z also you have seen. These brackets, tilde also you have seen. Which means 90% of the symbols here you have seen it. I hope you will understand. Am I clear? It is there on your keyboard only. Correct? Okay, sir. Now you told for every character there will be one binary code. But I am not seeing binary code, sir. Correct, they will not show you binary code because you will not understand binary. What does a human being understand? Human being doesn't understand binary. Every day what do we use? Decimal number system. What do we use every day? Decimal. 0 to 9 is what we use to represent every number. So they told boss, listen, A in binary, if you convert it to decimal, that will be 65. In hexadecimal it will be 41. If you want the binary of A, you have to take 65, convert it into binary. And I've already taught you how to convert any number into binary. How do you convert it? Base 2 format. If you don't believe me, let's take A. What is the decimal value of A? 65. You want binary. Very simple. Base 2 you use. 65 divided by 2. You will have a quotient, you will have a remainder. Again divide by 2. You will have a quotient, you will have a remainder. Again divide by 2. You are going to have a quotient, you are going to have a remainder. Again divide by 2, you will have 4, you will have 0. Again divide by 2, you will have 2, you will have 0. Again if I divide by 2, what will it be? 1 and 0. And yesterday only I told you, once the original number becomes 1, you must stop. Understood? From bottom to top if you take, the binary of 65 is nothing but 1 followed by 5 zeros and 1. Correct? Now please count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I tell you is the length of the code? 7-bit code. Correctly only it is working. Yes or no? Similarly, B is 66, C is 67, D is 68, small a is 97, small b is 98. Like that they gave you decimal. Clear till here? Yes, sir. This also we understood. Next what, sir, you may ask? Next what means, try to understand. Now this 7-bit code, you want to store it inside the memory. This 7-bit code, you want to store it inside the memory. Please try to understand. This code first of all has a name. What is the name? American Standard Code for Information Interchange. That is the name of this code. Am I clear? Now why American? Because who gave it? America gave it. Why standard code? Because please try to understand, everywhere in the world it is used, not only in America. Am I clear? This code is for what? Information interchange. Interchange means conversion from one form to another form. Yes? What do you mean by one form to another form, sir? A is in character form. You interchanged it into binary form. Information interchange. Am I clear? And if you take the first letter of every word, what does it belong? What does it mean? ASCII. This is only called as the ASCII format. What I showed you only is called as the ASCII table. And all of you have been hearing this word ASCII from engineering, yes or no? ASCII, ASCII, you are telling. What is ASCII? God only knows. But I hope today you understood what is genuinely the meaning of ASCII. Correct or not? For everything there is a reason. If you understand the reason, you will appreciate it. If you appreciate it, you will learn it. Otherwise, you will by heart it, which is not good for you, not good for anyone. Am I clear? Okay, sir, we understood ASCII correctly. Now listen to me carefully. You pressed A in the computer. Computer converted A into 1 followed by 5 zeros, 1. Now it has to store it inside the RAM, because RAM can only store binary. Now what is a RAM? Collection of bytes. Understood? In the RAM, the minimum memory which RAM can give you to store anything, bare minimum memory is 1 byte. What is the bare minimum memory? 1 byte. I am just showing 1 byte to you like this. Am I clear? What is a byte? Collection of bits. How many bits? 8 bits. Very good. Now, you want to take this and store it here. If I take this and store it here, how many bits is it going to occupy? 7 bits. But how much did RAM give you? 8 bits. So in that extra bit, what will get stored? Automatically it is always 0. So try to understand, ASCII is a 7-bit code. But in the memory, it is always stored as 8 bits. Because in the memory, you can only minimum get 1 byte. You can't tell, give me 1 byte and give me one discount of 1 bit. Like that you can't give it back. Understood? Minimum is 1 byte. Clear till here, friends? Okay, sir. This also we understood perfectly. Next what, if you ask me, if this is clear to each and every one of you, now focus. Assume, I went, forget about Java. Let us take C language. Assume in C language, you want to store A. Be it C, C++, Java or any language, you can't just tell A like that. A character should always be enclosed within single quotes. Only then the program will recognize that as a character. Understood? Now I will take this character and I will assign it to one variable called as ch. Now ch can't be byte, short, int, long, float, double. Can you tell me what should be the data type? Data type has to be char. Char is the data type using which you can store a single character. Am I clear? Okay. Now let us assume you went to an interview and the interviewer asked you, what is the size of a character variable? Like byte is 1 byte, short is 2 bytes, int is 4 bytes. Like that they will ask you what is the size of a character. What will your answer be? Look at the memory. Well, how many bytes is it allocating? 1 byte. Size of a character in C is 1 byte. And this is the reason why it is 1 byte. Because A has to be converted to binary, which is 7 bits. RAM will give 1 byte. 1 byte is 8 bits. That is why size of character is 1 byte. Am I clear till here? But if the same question, my friends, is asked in Java, what is the size of a character variable in Java? Because the same code will work in C also, same code will work in Java also, exact same only. I hope you understand. But if they ask you this question, what is the size of a character in Java? If you say 1 byte, you will lose 1 mark. Because size in Java is double. How much is it? 2 bytes. Now you may be wondering, why is it 2 bytes? Yes or no? The reason is Java does not follow ASCII format. Java doesn't follow ASCII. Now some of you will be very disappointed. Sir, from some 15 minutes build up you are giving. Now suddenly you are telling Java doesn't follow ASCII, then why did I learn it? Yes or no? Without understanding about ASCII, you will never even understand why Java doesn't follow it. Try to understand one thing. Just now, I had shown you that entire ASCII table, correct? Now, I just want you to think for a second and tell me all the characters that you saw in that table. Tell me which language characters was it? Which language? English language. Correct or not? Now, I want you to logically think. Assume you are an app developer. Now, you want to develop an app for people in Karnataka. Yes? Now, tell me, if you want everybody in Karnataka to use your app, should your app only be based on English or should it support other languages? It should support other languages, specifically Kannada. If you want to release it everywhere in India, then Kannada, Telugu, Marathi, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, everything has to be supported. Now, I want you to logically think. Assume I want to just store one Hindi character like this. I want to just store one Hindi character in my program. Tell me, my program is executing on the RAM. RAM can store only binary, which means RAM can't store A also, RAM can't store any other character like IU, nothing it can store. Yes or no? So try to tell me, if I follow ASCII, if I give a, is there a binary code in ASCII for this character? Yes or no? No, which means computer can't store. How do you understand? Okay, let us assume I want to store one Chinese character. Okay, like this. Sorry. But yeah, I want to store this. Tell me, is there an ASCII value for this? No, so I can't store Chinese. I can't store Russian. I can't store Japanese. I can't store Spanish. Neither can I store Greek, nor can I store Latin. In other words, if programming languages follow ASCII, then every single software in this world would have only and only had one language of communication, which is English, which is what America also wanted. Please try to understand, that is what it also wanted, to spread its culture across the world. Yes, but as days progressed, other countries also developed. Yes, today America is called as a declining superpower. India is called as an emerging superpower. I hope you are able to understand. So America's influence over the world is only declining day by day. So try to understand. At one point, the world had enough. And what they told is, listen America, you can't tell that every keyboard in the world, have you noticed, you buy a laptop, desktop, anything. Every keyboard in the world, what characters do you see? English. This is the reason. I hope you will understand. So what they told is, today in mobile, if you press one button, that one globe button is there. If you press that, your keyboard can change to whichever you want. Yes or no? But if your mobile and the app or the OS which it is built on was only and only using ASCII, it would have only one keyboard for life, which was English. Correct or not? So what they told is, all of them approached one organization which everybody here would have heard of, especially final year engineering students, called as IEEE. Everybody has heard of IEEE? When did you hear about IEEE? When they told project, IEEE project, they told. That time you will go, IEEE something. Correct? IEEE's job is not to give you project ideas. Please try to understand. Okay? It has a very different purpose. And one of the purposes of IEEE is to perform standardization. That is one of its biggest jobs. Am I clear? So what IEEE did is, IEEE told, no, don't worry. We will give one format. And what they did is, they took all the characters of ASCII. Tell me how many characters are there in ASCII? 128, which is primarily nothing but English. To this, they added all other languages in the world. Everything else they added. I'm just adding, you know, everything they added in this world. Am I clear? Like this, when they took all the languages spoken in the world and added characters, 128 ultimately landed up becoming 65,536. I will understand. Where is 128? Where is 65,000? Correct? Now, if this is true, try to understand. Like this, this is the first symbol, second symbol, third symbol. Somewhere A is there, B is there, C is there. Now 100% Hindi, English, Tamil is also there. 100% Japanese, Chinese is also there. Like that, please understand, this is one but last character and this is the last character. So try to understand, friends. How many such characters are there? 65,000. Now for 65,000 characters, you should give binary code. Yes? Now tell me, how to decide what should be the length of the code? Take the total characters, represent it as a power of 2. And if you didn't know, 65,536 as a power of 2 is 2 raised to the power 16. What is there in the power? 16. Which means this should be a 16-bit code. Am I clear? If that is true, let the first symbol be anything. But can you tell me what will be the code? 16 zeros, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 16 zeros. Understood? Like this, the next one, can you tell me what will be the next one? All zeros, and the last one is going to be a 1. I think you understood how to give this code. Similarly, please try to understand, in ASCII, A was 1 followed by 5 zeros, 1 and 1 extra 0 because it is 8 bits. Now that same A is going to be in 16 bits. 16 bits means now there is going to be an additional 8 zeros. Did you understand what I am trying to say? Like that, can you tell me what will be the penultimate one? You will have 15 ones. You will have 15 ones followed by a 0. And the last one obviously is going to be 16 ones. I think you understood. Correct? Now tell me, to store 8 bits, you need 1 byte. To store 16 bits, how many bytes do you need? 2 bytes. That is why Java doesn't follow ASCII. Java follows this format. And this format has a name. The name of this format, my friends, is only called as the Unicode format. What is it called as? Unicode. Short for Universal Code. Hope you understand. Some people also call this as UTF-16. Universal Translation Format. 16 because how many bits? 16 bits. I think you understood. Clear? So Java, if anybody asks you in the interview, which format does Java follow? Either of one of the two you should tell. Either you should tell Unicode or UTF-16. So what is the size of a character in Java? 2 bytes or 16 bits. That's it. Am I clear till here? So using Java, you can support Hindi, English, any language in the world you can support. And that's great. Yes or no? If this is so, then I think I just finally, to conclude this concept, will have to just write this and show you. Watch this. I'll just go here, remove this. I will now make it as character type ch equal to, within single quotes I will tell A. Now I will go here, print the value of ch. If I were to just go here, compile this code, and if I were to execute this code, answer is A. Clear till here? I think everybody understood. See, I can explain things in one of two ways. One way is just tell you, to store characters, char variable, remember size is 2 bytes, over, proceed. Understood? But never you will be able to understand why. The why is important. Am I clear till here? I think today everybody has clearly understood what is actually characters and why you require binary code. Understood? You also understood the meaning of ASCII, ASCII value, size of ASCII value. You also understood disadvantage of ASCII, and you understood what Java uses, which is called as Unicode format, and its size being 2 bytes, 2 bytes or 16 bits. Friends, I hope I have clarified this much. Correct? Okay. Yes, sir, this also has become clear to us. Next what, you may ask? Next what means, I have now fundamentally spoken about 7 data types. 4 for integers, byte, short, int, long. 2 for real numbers, float and double. 1 for characters, char, which means I have only one more fellow remaining. What is that? Boolean. Yes? And Boolean is very straightforward. Let us assume I want to create one variable called as, has passport. I want to create a variable called as has passport. Now, the value of this can only be one of two. Yes or no. Yes is only true, no is only false. And if you want to store true or false, then this can't be byte, short, int, long, float, double or char. 100% it has to be Boolean. I hope you will understand. Now, there is no need for you to ask me what is the range of Boolean. Range is only one of two values, true or false. That is only the range. Am I clear? Watch it. If in case I just go here now and I just print it, system.out.println, and if I tell has passport like this. And if in case I were to go here, compile this code, execute this code, answer is true. The other value can be false. That's it. Clear? Now if you ask me, sir, what is going to be the size of Boolean? What is the size of Boolean? Please try to understand. The size of Boolean actually is not fixed. It is not fixed. It changes from operating system to operating system. Mac to Unix, Unix to Windows. The size varies from either 1 byte to 2 bytes. Am I clear? So if anybody asks you what is the size of Boolean, your answer should be, it depends upon the OS. Actual answer is, you don't directly interact with OS. When you are doing coding in Java, your interaction is always and always with the JVM. Who are you interacting with? JVM. Now tell me, do you have one JVM for all operating systems, or do you have different JVMs? Different JVMs. You have Mac JVM, Windows JVM, Unix JVM. Yes or no? Windows JVM Boolean size is different. Mac JVM Boolean size is different. And your other Unix is different. Am I clear? So the right answer here is size of Boolean is JVM specific or JVM dependent. Am I clear till here? That's it, and all this I have already mentioned in your notes, so you can always refer that. Clear, friends? So I think once and for all, 8 data types has become clear. Yes or no? So what are the 8 data types in Java? Byte, short, int, long. What is the size? 1 byte, 2 bytes, 4 bytes, 8 bytes. Next, float and double for real numbers. What is the size? 4 bytes, 8 bytes. 1 for characters. What is it? Char. What is the size? 2 bytes. 1 for Boolean or yes or no data, and size depends upon the JVM. That's it. Clear till here? Now everybody may feel like, sir, that's all, sir. Data types easy, over. Good. Foundation is over. Now we have to solve n number of coding questions or MCQ type questions. Guess the output. I'll just give you an example. Look at this. One question that they can ask you is like this. Byte type A equal to 127. Tell me, can I store 127 inside byte? Easily I can store. It is in the range. Next line, I will increase the value of A by 1. I'll increase it by 1. Now tell me, what will it become? 128. Next line I will go and tell system.out.println, and I will print the value of A. Now tell me, can byte store 128? No. So what should be the output? Error, incompatible. Yes or no? Yeah. But if I do this, watch it. What is the answer? Minus 128. Yes or no? This is just one of those questions I am showing. Yes? Like this, they can ask n number of interview questions or coding questions, which is what now one by one we should be covering. Am I clear? So, though in some 1.5 days, 1-2 days I have been able to teach you the foundation of data types, one more 1 to 2 days we must invest in only solving these type of questions. Because unfortunately, the first round, many people think is aptitude round. Correct or not? Which is both true and false, because at least in TAP Academy what I have observed is most of the companies, their aptitude round doesn't have only max questions. It's not like they have only time, space, distance, average, ratio. No, that is also there. But what nowadays I observe is 20% is quantitative aptitude questions, some logical, verbal, all that. 50% of the MCQs are technical MCQ questions. You understand? Those are also MCQs only, but they are technical MCQ. Guess the output, find the error. You understand? Those kind of questions. So these type of questions is what 100% we should be solving. Clear? Okay. So now I will end the concept discussion here. Now I will not be able to start with any major new concept because we most certainly do not have the time to finish it. It will logically I'll not be able to conclude anything. So what I would rather prefer to do is I'll just go and solve some interview questions which is being asked. Okay, let's solve it one by one. Okay, now watch this. First of all, assume, friends, I'm just writing one simple piece of code in front of you. Let me see how many of you can answer this. I'll just go here and I will tell int A equal to 45. Next line, system.out.println, and I'm going to print the value of A. Quickly tell me. Very good, very quick. Okay. If I go here, compile this code and execute it, what will be the answer? 45. No doubts about it. Correct or not? Okay. Now tell me, if I go here and attach something in the beginning. Assume I attach 0. Now for a human being, 045 is nothing but 45. But if you observe, upon compilation and execution, what did it become? 37. Yes? Similarly, if I go here, make this as 0x45. Now if in case I go compile this, execute it, now the answer has changed. Yes or no? Similarly, if I just go here and tell like this, 0b 1 0 0 0 0 0 1 like this, and if in case I compile it, execute it, answer is now 65, because that is only the binary of 65. Yes or no? 1 followed by 5 zeros and 1. Correct? So what are these things? These are the kind of interview questions they will ask. Friends, what I showed you now, this 0b, 0, 0x, these are called as integer prefixes. What are they called as? Prefixes. Suffix, I have taught you. There is only one suffix, L for long. But prefixes, F is for float, real numbers. I am talking only about integers. In integers, only one prefix, L for long. But there are 3 prefixes which you must know. Am I clear? Now to understand this concept, all you need to do is focus for 10 minutes. Very, very simple concept. Now listen to me carefully. Already I have explained to you, if I tell 45 and I ask you what is 45, your answer should be, this is an integer value. You should not tell. What should you tell? Literal. Integer literal. Yes or no? Now listen to me carefully. Whenever you are storing an integer and printing it, please try to understand, Java is very smart. What Java realizes is, whenever you are printing whatever you print will come on the monitor screen. Who is looking at the monitor screen? Human being. Yes or no? So it knows human being doesn't understand binary because it has data in binary. What does human being use every day? James Gosling has already coded it into Java. And what we use every day to represent integers is a number system called as the decimal number system. What do we use? Decimal number system, which is basically using digits between 0 to 9 to represent any number in this world. If I ask you your CGPA, you will represent it between 0 to 9. If I ask you population, you will represent it between 0 to 9. In other words, every day, what is the number system we are using? Decimal number system. Agreed? So, whenever you print an integer, Java will always print it in which number system? Decimal. But there are other number systems also in this world, which we don't use every day, but they exist. Example, there is one more number system called as octal, which basically says, boss, you represent every number using only 8 digits between 0 to 7. Everything should be between 0 to 7. Am I clear? There is one more called as hexadecimal number system, where you have 16 digits, basically 0 to 9, 0 to 9 just like decimal. Then you have A, which is 11, B, C, D, E and F. Yes or no? So A being 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. 16. So if you want to represent numbers using hexadecimal, you have to use 16 digits. And 11, 12 and all is A, B, C, D, E, F. And you would have seen 0x, A, B, C, something you would have seen in engineering. Correct or not? Also, there is one more number system which computers love called as binary number systems, where everything has to be represented between 0 to 1. Agreed? Now listen to me carefully. Now tell me, based on what I have explained right now, you are storing 45. If you are storing 45, can you predict and tell me which number system are you using? Decimal number system. So basically it's a decimal value that you are storing. Correct or not? But if you want, you can give an octal value to Java. You can give a hexadecimal value to Java. You can also give a binary value to Java. Understood? But what Java will do is, whether it is decimal, octal, hexa or binary, when you print, Java will only and only print it in decimal, because human being uses decimal. If that is true, watch it carefully. I will now go here and attach one 0. If I attach one 0, please understand, now it is 0, 4, 5. Now please understand, Java will treat 45 as value. Java will treat 0 as a prefix. And if you attach a prefix, let me just remove that so that you can see it better. If you attach a prefix in front of an integer, then this 0 in Java represents octal. So please understand, now you are not giving decimal 45 to Java. What are you giving? Octal 45. Clear? But understand one thing, whether it is decimal, octal or hexadecimal, Java can only store binary, nothing else. So Java has to now convert octal to binary. Octal to binary. Now, step number 1 is converting octal to binary. Sir, how do you convert octal to binary, sir? Very simple. Ignore 0. 0 is a prefix. Just take the value 45. See how I will convert? Treat 4 separately, treat 5 separately. Okay? Convert 4 to binary, convert 5 to binary. Convert 4 to binary, 5 to binary. But that binary should be 3 bits. How many bits? 3 bits. And you will get 3 bits only. Watch it. How to convert 4 to binary, sir? Take 4, divide by 2. Quotient 2, remainder 0. Take 2, divide again. Quotient 1, remainder 0. Tell me what is binary? 1, 0, 0. If that is true, what will be 5? 1, 0, 1. You divide, you will get the same. Correct or not? 3 bits, 3 bits. Combine them together. If you combine them together, what is it? 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Got it till here? Now, this is how Java is going to store it in the memory. Clear till here? But now, human being is asking to print. When human being asked it to print, printing can't happen in octal, printing can't happen in binary. What should printing happen in? Decimal. So now what Java will do is, it will now do the second step, which is converting binary to decimal. For you. Am I clear? How to convert, sir? Easy. Watch it. Take 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Now let me just zoom this a little bit so that you can see what I am talking about. Understood? Every single bit has one positional value. That positional value always starts from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now the step to convert binary to decimal is very simple. Wherever bit is 1, take 2 raised to the power of its position. Example, bit is 1 here. What should you do, sir? 2 raised to the power 0. Bit is 1 here. 2 raised to the power 2. Bit is 1 here. 2 raised to the power 5. Tell me what is 2 raised to the power 5? 32. 2 square 4. 2 raised to the power 0? 1. Please add it up. What is 32 plus 5? 37. And if you observed in class, that was your output. Yes or no? So very simple. You had to just understand one thing. In front of an integer, if you attach 0, Java treats it as octal. First it will convert octal to binary because it can only store binary. Printing always happens in decimal. So convert binary to decimal. That's it. Correct or not? If you understood this, now all you need to do is verify whether what I said is true by executing the code. If I go here now, and if in case I compile it, and if in case I execute it, answer is 37. Clear till here? Now, just go back home, take 18, okay, or you can't take 18 because 8 is not there in octal. Octal means 0 to 7. So, between 0 to 7, you create any number you want, 32, 31, 13, create any number. Convert 1 to binary, 3 to binary, store, convert it back to decimal, see if your output is coming correctly. Just practice some 2-3 numbers. Clear till here? But the digit should not exceed 7 because octal cannot store anything other than 0 to 7. Clear till here? Okay, sir. This also we understood. Next one. Now watch it. If you understood this easily you can answer. Assume I go here and tell 0x You can tell capital also, you can tell small also, no issues. Am I clear? I will tell capital so that it's more readable. Now, if you have really understood, you have told 0x45. Think an answer. Will Java treat it as decimal? No. Will Java treat it as octal? No. Can you tell me what will Java treat it as? Very good. This is value. This is prefix. And this prefix is treated as hexadecimal. So according to Java, programmer is giving me hexadecimal 45. Clear? But it cannot store hexadecimal 45. So first what it will do is, it will convert hexadecimal to binary. How to convert, sir? Simple. Take 4, take 5. Convert 4 to binary, 5 to binary. Only difference is octal is 3 bits, hexadecimal is 4 bits. That's all. Understood? And now don't have to think too much. Just now we converted 4. What was 4? 1, 0, 0. Just now we converted 5. What is 5? 1, 0, 1. This is 3 bits. You want 4 bits, boss, add 1, 0. That's all. Over. Clear till here? Okay. Which means hexadecimal 45 in binary is 01000101. Now Java's job is done. But now you told system.out.println A. Now it is going to print it. Tell me, printing happens in which format? Decimal. So last step here, if you have understood, tell me, what is the second step? Converting binary to decimal. And that is exactly the same. If you want to understand this, I am just writing it here. See, 0, I am just writing it again. 0100, 0101. Correct? Every bit has a position. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wherever bit is 1, take 2 to the power of its position. Which means 2 raised to the power 0, 2 raised to the power 2 and 2 raised to the power 6. 2 raised to the power 6 is 64 plus 2 square is 4 plus 2 raised to the power 0 is 1. What is 64 plus 5? 69. That's it. I think you understood. Am I clear till here? And my friends, that is exactly what you also got here. If I just go compile this code and execute it. Just take any value, 33, 34, 56, 58, take some value, just convert it, see whether you are getting the right one. Clear? Steps remain the same. Okay. Now, what is the last one, sir? Last one is, boss, directly if you want, you give binary. Directly give binary. Example, just go here and tell 0B. It can be capital also, it can be small also. Now, I will give the binary of of 65. Tell me what is 65? 0, 1 followed by 5 zeros followed by 1. Just now we had converted 65, if you remember. Correct or not? Now, very simple. Java will be more than happy. Oh, such a sweet programmer. Directly he gave me binary. No need for me to do any conversion. But if you ask it to print, then will printing happen in binary? No. What will printing happen in? Decimal. Correct or not? And now this is so simple. Like this, if you have 0, 1 followed by 5 zeros and 1. If you want to convert this to decimal, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Yes or no? What is 2 raised to the power 6? 64. 2 raised to the power 0? 1. What is 64 plus 1? 65, and that must be your answer. Correct? So if I go here and if I were to just compile and execute, compile it, execute it, answer is 65. Which means, just as a conclusion to what I am speaking, I am just going to draw one table here. In this table, I will be putting 2 columns. In one column, I will be telling integer prefix. In one more column, I will just tell meaning. Now you should tell me, assume there is no prefix. What is it treated as? Decimal. Very good. If there is 0 prefix, octal. If there is 0x, hexadecimal. And if it is 0b, binary. I think everybody understood the different integer prefixes and how it works. If you know, you will answer. If you don't know, you will not answer. Yes or no? And then you will end up guessing. And that is where these people who create these softwares to test you think one step ahead of you. They know that you will go and there will be different people go different strategies. All C, 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 all B, 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 or wave pattern, star pattern, different ways they will guess. Correct or not? That is why they invented something called as negative marking to punish people who guess. Yes or no? That's all it is. So, every single test that you attend online, MCQs, will most certainly have negative marking. And what is negative marking? It is just a system created so that people do not guess. That's all. It is punishment for guessing. Am I clear? So, I hope this much clarity everybody has got. Yes? Awesome. So, today I will end the discussion here. Few announcements. First of all, tomorrow is a public holiday because it is Mahashivratri. There is no class. Next class is going to resume only from Monday because Saturday, Sunday there is no classes. It is reserved for test and mock. I have already told you. And now I cannot test you on anything because after all you have attended only some 1 week of classes. At least 1 month classes should get over for the first test to happen. Am I clear? Second point I want to announce is starting from Monday, you are going to have 2 subjects per day. Yes? First thing is your Java class timings is going to be preponed from 10 to 11:30. 11:30 to 12 is going to be half an hour break. 12 to 1:30, that is this slot, you are going to start with SQL. I hope you will understand. And I have told you, if you want a job in 2.5 months, 5 topics. Arrays, strings, object orientation, collections, SQL. I hope you will understand. So, within 2.5 months, my main aim is these 5 topics should get over for you. Now, Java is going on, SQL will start, SQL gets over, programming will start. So, at one way or the other within 2.5 months, you should have all the knowledge to crack interviews. Then specialization starts. People who want to pursue Java in its entirety, pick Java full stack, learn about advanced Java, learn about J2EE, learn about Springs, learn about Hibernate. Understood? People who want to specialize into MERN stack, that is JavaScript, then you will be learning JavaScript in depth. You will be learning Express JavaScript. You will be learning Node JavaScript, which again are frameworks. Yes? Front end is common because front end has nothing to do with back end. Back end is different, front end is different. Yes or no? Those people, front end, HTML, CSS, basic JavaScript, not in depth because you don't need in depth JavaScript for front end. Basic JavaScript and React. That is what is going to be taught in your front end. Am I clear? And depending upon whether or not you take MERN, you will be learning one extra database technology called as MongoDB. I hope you are able to understand. So, my thing is, you keep studying. At the end of 2.5 months, you take a decision. You will be in a much better place to decide, yes or no. So, then if you feel like, yes, I want JavaScript opportunities also, I will attend Java opportunities also, I am ready to take that extra step, go for MERN. No, one language only, sir, it is little difficult for me to learn. I don't want to switch. I will stick on to one, stick on to Java. And that will be a better decision to make. Yes or no? Okay, great. Thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Little bit coding you do. Monday when I come, don't ask me who are you, which subject. Okay, please revise little bit also. I will see you next on Monday. Okay, 10 a.m. Please remember. Thank you so much.